Rodney's funny because he gets quiet. He's definitely the type that when the nerves start to get to him, he just gets quieter. And then finally, if he gets to a point where things are frustrating him, you have to blow off a little bit of steam. But as the nerves come, he gets quiet and in the zone from a thought process standpoint. It's always funny to see what you get when you walk up in the lounge on that particular day.
He's pretty normal. You know, everybody has their own little quirks when they walk to the car, and just having your stuff prepared and the way the helmet sits on the roof and how you put your booties on your feet and all those little things, it's always the same. I don't think his stuff is near as bad as mine. I'm probably the world's worst at wearing the same socks and the same underwear every time you win a race, but his is pretty normal.
I can't think of anything that Johnny does that really, he doesn't really do anything that aggravates me, I don't think. If I could see him on the pit box, I'm sure he's got something.
I think he's just so calm. I don't, it's hard to get him rattled, you know, it's just, kind of shows up, you can be like, okay, Chase, the sky's falling, your wheels are going to fall off on lap 5, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to drive it, you know. So it's just that's just him. Like, nothing really seems to faze him when he shows up to the race. 9 times out of 10, we're watching a dirt race before he gets in the cup car. So like on his phone from, you know, Float Racing or something like that. So yeah.
I have absolutely no rituals or superstitions or any of that stuff. I used to, when I was a kid, be superstitious. I had this one pair of boxers, and that was the lucky pair of boxers, and my mom always had to make sure that they were cleaned and washed and ready for my race on the weekend. But I wrecked with those boxers on, and I lost with those boxers on, so as I grew up, I realized none of that stuff really matters.
I change things if we've got a bad streak going on. I'll go out and buy a new pair of tennis shoes if we've had a couple bad weeks in a row to wear this track, or change my watch, or change my belt. I'm a peanut butter and jelly guy. And they say peanuts are bad in racing, but I don't think that requires peanut butter. When I was lucky enough to win my first Daytona 500, right before the race I had a peanut butter and jelly. And Matt Kenseth told me peanuts are bad, you gotta get that peanut butter off the truck. I kind of laughed at him, and he actually took the truck and went over and put it on Jamie McMurray's truck to give him the bad luck. And we won that race. So ever since then, I go through about 4 or 5 a weekend, just in case there's anything there.
The biggest thing with Mike is that he hates the cold. He wants it to be like 100 degrees year round, which I don't understand because he's from Ohio. He says he moved down here to get away from the cold, but in the hauler, he needs like the heat on every single minute. He'll have like 3 jackets on the pit box on cold races, so he does not like cold weather.
I wouldn't say it's annoying, but he's very superstitious about his gloves, his helmet sock, his fire suit. We get him lighter, better, newer stuff, and it sits in the closet, and he wears the same stuff. His fingers will be sticking out of the gloves, and I gotta just physically take them and throw them away. We told him this year everything's gone. We're gonna start a new tradition.